So, hello. Today I'm trying to show you how to color in your micro oven or tea dye or tie dye, whatever you want to call it. I use Nitor or Hedin, and I use salt. You can take any kind of salt with or without jod. Sometimes you can buy something called a fix salt, then you use that, of course. Otherwise you have to buy a bag which called fix medel. So I use 2 liter warm water and 2 tablespoon color, 2 tablespoon fix, and 1 deciliter salt. And I mix it gently so it gets dissolved properly. After doing that, I take my material. I can take my gloves off. If I want some white, then I wet it first, put it under the tap and just wet it. If you squeeze it out hard, then that white will be inside. The others that are dry will obviously attach the water, the color will go in quicker then. But if you just want as much color as possible, but still different kind of patterns, you just squeeze it or crease it in your hand, just like this. So just as tiny, as little as possible. Then you put it in your bowl and put a hand size stone over it to keep it positioned in the bowl. I don't recommend glass bowls, obviously, then, as I use stones, because if you're very eager and you take your t-shirt out or your fabric out, then the stone will fall and crack the bowl. So I recommend plastic. I have used a cloth. If you have a cloth nearby and you have your gloves on, the gloves, the end of the gloves, fingertips will have water or color. So if you try to just put your gloves, the top of the fingertips on that cloth, then you won't get messy or get the color everywhere. You could also use a white cloth and do what I did. When I was coloring a lot of colors, then I had white cloth that I wiped the sink as I was going, and it ended up to be so nice, so I made it into a wall hanging. So you could use also a t-shirt. If you're doing lots of colors, you can have a white colored t-shirt and clean the sink where you're working. And then, of course, when you want to color it or fixate it, then you don't put it in a color because you will lose the colors then. But you put it in clear water with the salt and with the what you call it, fixing powder. Yeah. So I have a t-shirt, I'll show you, or a top. So I put my gloves on. When you put the stones on, it might sound like a finished sauna. It's not anything to worry about. If you use pegs to make patterns, the metal things there will come underneath the water surface. So you don't have to worry if it's going to affect the microwaves. So everything is going to be underneath. You can also have small pebbles or gravels that you can take a piece of thread. I use this and I just do round that little pebble and it will end up being a circle. So you don't need to knot it or so to say make a knot, because it's not going anywhere, it's staying in the bowl. So I just do twice around anything that I want to secure inside the material, the t-shirt or fabric, and just pull a little bit and then go to the next stone and pull a little bit. So, and when I do this mix, this is pink. I use the same water 3 times, and for each time it gets slightly lighter color. Not recommended with yellow though, because there's hardly any color left after the third. But if you have black or navy, it could be really nice colors. You can see here when I do my patchwork quilt that it means that if you have different shades or different baths of the same color, you get like extended amount of fabrics because it will be another color. You can also use already patterned fabric like this one, or if you have a curtain or pattern that you like with some dots, that's fine too. Or you could use you can also do two colors. If you want to do two colors, you have to start with a lighter color, and you don't have to rinse the first colored fabric. You just put it aside and squeeze out the excessive water and color, and then you put it in the second new color. So if you go for say orange into green, then you just go from one to the other. Don't have to wash in between. I never pre-wash my t-shirts or my fabric. Some people do, but I never ever done that. I've been doing this for over 25 years soon coming. So it's up to you. Well, if you have already washed t-shirts, fine, you know. So I put it in my micro oven. So I have this t-shirt. I like it when it has some white patches on it. So I will actually put some water on it. So half of it is probably now wet. So if you want to do a curtain, so I recommend that you put your material in the bowl that you have, just to check before you have any colory water, if whatever you want to color actually fits in the bowl with water. So you start by putting it in, see if it will be fine, and unless if you fill the water and you put in a big curtain, it's gonna, yeah, you get the idea. So, and I have a micro oven that is a little bit older, but if you have a new micro oven, you only need to put your bowl in 5 minutes on maximum temperature. If you have an old micro oven, then you need to extend it maybe another 5 minutes, because the microwaves, I've been told, go out slower with age. It's the speed that keeps the heat hot, so to say. So it still works, but it takes a little bit longer. So I have now this t-shirt that I will just put down. I take my stones, press it down, and in the micro oven. I'll put it on 10 minutes. So while I wait, I will pause the video. I can tell you that if you've done 3 or 4 different things, I normally have like on 150 centimeter of a white fabric, 50 centimeter wide, so 50 by 150 roughly when I color my pieces that you see here. And if you have a lot of material, you can collect them there, and then when you have time, you can wash them in a washing machine without any washing liquid. And don't hang your colored material in the sunshine. It will bleach properly. If you do orange and red and pink, and you have rinsed it out by hand before washing in your washing machine, you can actually wash all those light-ish color together. The same if you have green and navy maybe, then you can also wash them together. Just rinse them before you mix them in the washing machine. As you don't have any fixed powder or salt or anything, the color will not blend. And again, if you don't have time to wash it, it's okay to just leave it like that for 1 or 2 days until you have access to a washing machine. So I will take it out now. So you always be careful, it's very, very hot. Put it in the sink. Have the cold water tap running, so your hands can be cooled down in between. When you pick up the t-shirt or the fabric, gently squeeze the excess color, water, and then rinse it in the cold water. And this is actually the fourth time that I use this color bath. So it's getting lighter from the first one, if you can see, slightly lighter. So, and when you wash it in the machine, it will get a little bit lighter again. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's some white patches back here. And some that are more solid pink. But again, you will see the different creasiness that I made. It will really look very nice. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope that you will have a fun time coloring. So bye bye, see you.